I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A Flagler Palm Coast High School student faces drug charges. Tony Magoo reports.
17-year-old Sarah Ortiz, a student at Flagler Palm Coast High School, was found to be in possession of contraband and cash on Friday afternoon. With us is Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Kind of a hodgepodge of illegal narcotics, and she was aimed to have a sale business on the school campus.
School policy allows for a search of the student's backpack, which revealed multiple premium blunt rolls with THC, vape pen cartridges with THC, and the student's wallet with $816.
She was ultimately arrested and charged with felony possession of narcotics.
She's to be processed at the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility and turned over to the Department of Juvenile Justice in Daytona Beach. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and now nonstop service to New York City via American Airlines.
Palm Coast is losing one of its golf courses. The shuttered Matanzas Woods Golf Course has been sold to a developer. Toby Tobin, host of Real Estate Matters on WNZF, reports Matanzas Golf Course Palm Coast bought the property for $600,000. The LLC is run by Alexander Ustolovsky, who also leads Hammock Real Estate Development. Once named one of the best new resort courses in the country by Golf Digest, future development is likely in store for the course after previous plans to reopen it failed. Ustolovsky is currently leading plans to build a 55 and older community off Pritchard Drive that includes single-family homes and condos.
How do you talk to a person about suicide?
Flagler County School Superintendent Jim Tager says if you know that a person might be suicidal, do just that. Talk to them. He said those in the schools saved a student's life with a simple conversation and some social media.
As much as we complain about the evils of social networks, I can point to at least one where I think we've saved a life this year, where we received some information, we're able to call, and we actually sent somebody to the house to check on a student.
Tager said students do much of their talking among themselves, and sometimes it takes a student to get help for another student who might be contemplating suicide. If you need to know how to talk to somebody about suicide, there is a town hall meeting coming up on suicide. It's Thursday night from 6 to 8, and WNZF will air it live. Tomorrow, Jonathan Tannenbaum with Stuart Marchman Behavioral Health talks about the need for a day program for kids and why Flagler County has none. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
As Advent Health seeks to expand in the region, WNZF's John Arking reports a unique education partnership will seek to provide jobs for Flagler County students in the future.
Advent Health kicked off its expansion program Friday by breaking ground on a $12 million 12-bed emergency room in Deltona, with future plans for a $25 million emergency room facility in Palm Coast. That will include a 2-story medical office building. But as Joe Rizzo, the director for the Flagler Education Foundation, tells WNZF, the Flagler School's flagship medical program will be important for the future of available jobs in the county for children finishing school.
What the expansion that the hospital has said they are going to do, they are going to be our largest employer in 10 years from now. So I think it is important that if we're going to retain our kids and keep them in our community, those are going to be the jobs of the future. So we've created those opportunities to really build a solid partnership with Advent Health and to talk about things like suicide awareness, prepare kids with things that they need to work in that field, whether it's phlebotomy and EKG reading and nurses assisting.
Rizzo's full interview can be heard on the Free for All Friday podcast, available at WNZF.com. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
The Flagler County Christmas with the Deputy program is getting a major financial shot in the arm. More than $1,900 was raised at the Friends of Flagler's annual Denim and Diamonds fundraiser at the Palm Coast VFW Post 8696 Saturday night. Surprise donations in the amount of $300 each came from the Blue Knights Florida 22 and the Italian American Social Club. Colleen Kramer, president of the Italian American Social Club, says after watching children shop during last year's Christmas with the Deputy, she was inspired to donate. Proceeds from this year's fundraisers beat out last year's by about $100. Last year, 185 children got Christmas through the event. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.